What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on NIO stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on a price chart and how we get there. Then I will continue with the fundamental news that might be the driver for upcoming weeks and months for NIO. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis. And I will show you quite interesting pattern that NIO is forming right now. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here at this very point, right after it had this harsh movement, this harsh sell-off that hit again the upper border of this channel that I drew previously. And my main assumption was that we were at the process of forming fifth wave to the downside, because from this swing high, let me show you, from this swing high, we have potentially, this is our first wave, second, third, fourth, and we were forming, and we probably is still forming this wave to the downside. And this structure is quite good from the technical standpoint. It doesn't violate any Elliott wave theory rules. It has an impulsive movements to the downside with the higher volume. It has ABC corrections to the upside to unload this movement. And definitely for now, my main anticipation was that we should hit this double bottom pattern, because in my opinion I still stand on it, and I think we cannot go much lower than this level. And one of my options was that we might have even double bottom pattern, and if it happens, definitely the upside movement should be imminent in a short period of time. But right now I have to say that it broke this bottom. And it is quite tricky to count the number of waves inside the latest fifth wave, and that is why we are still in some kind of limbo territory, and we have to confirm it via different tools and different types of analysis. And I will show you it in just several minutes, and for now let's continue with the fundamental news. So first of all, let me show you this article that was published on Seeking Alpha on June the 2nd, and it's titled NIO, it's time to wake up. And let me quote you the summary. NIO's May 2023 deliveries were disappointing, with the company needing to deliver an average of 29.5 thousand vehicles per month moving forward to meet its 250,000 target for this year. I assessed that management needs to wake up from its unrealistic target with just 7 months left for full year 2023. It needs to slash its target to regain credibility with investors. NIO's price action suggests that investors are right to reflect significant weakness given its poor execution. However, buyers appeared ready to defend the sell-off this week, suggesting a bottom could be in play. And I have to say that, yes, on the one hand, their target of 250,000 vehicles produced this year is becoming more and more unrealistic. But in general, I have to say that they still have this possibility to hit this target, and I will show you why I think so. So first of all, let me show you that in China, they still have a quite weak insurance registrations number for the week of end of May, from May 22nd till May 28th. And they registered only 1.6 thousand vehicles. But previously they had 1.4 thousand vehicles. And it is definitely it is a very small increase, but still it is an increase. And let me show you their delivery numbers. Right here, as you can see, this article, by the way, was published on June the 1st, and it says NIO delivers 6,155 vehicles in May, plans to start deliveries of ET5 Touring in June. NIO said it plans to launch a new NT 2.0 based model, the ET5 Touring, which will be delivered to customers starting in June. And right here, as you can see, they have very weak numbers of deliveries. It is lower than even than it was they had on 2021 and 2022, the year when the pandemic was the highest one. And first of all, the pandemic hit of 2021 was really important negative catalyst for all across the world. But 2022 was the year of war in between Russia and Ukraine. And right now we are still, as you can see, we are still lower than these two numbers, and it is quite a weak number in general. And I have to say that the most important catalyst that drove the sales numbers to these quite low levels is their huge announcement on NIO Day of 2022. And let me remind you that at the end of 2022, they stated that they will launch, I guess, 5 or 6 new models this year. And these new models will be built and is built on the NT 2.0 platform. And this platform is much more efficient from the customer standpoint, because they have much better specifications. And on top of that, this platform is much more efficient from the manufacturer standpoint, because NT 2.0 platform has a higher gross margin in it. And that is why this anticipation of better models depressed the demand on NIO's vehicles, on NIO's old vehicles. And that is why we can see these low numbers. On top of that, right now they just started to produce their new ES6 model, and the launch date was on May 24th. And let me quote you this. In addition to the ET5 Touring, NIO is also expected to begin the first deliveries in June of the new ES8 model, which was launched at the end of last year on NIO Day 2022. And let me show you this article. As you can see, NIO kicks off products super cycle with launch of EC7 and ES8. NIO has begun allowing customers to pre-order EC7 and the all-new ES8, with deliveries set to begin in May and June 2023 respectively. And here is this vehicle, and I have to say that even for the months of May and June, they have 2 new vehicles that should be delivered to their first customers. And that is why I have to say that, in my opinion, we have to wait the results from June, and then we will decide what type of price target, what price targets NIO might achieve this year. Because in general, let me show you that NIO adds 10 showrooms and 66 swap stations worldwide in May. And as you can see, as of May 31st, NIO had 118 NIO houses and 269 NIO spaces worldwide. And they have huge plans on European expansion, and on May alone they added almost 9% of their entire number of showrooms. And definitely the upcoming results in deliveries and sales numbers will be much higher for the end of this year, and you have to keep this in mind. On top of that, let me show you this article that NIO is preparing for NIO Day 2023, and as you can see right here, NIO is more likely to announce plans for its sub-brands than new NIO brand models on NIO Day 2023. And as you can see, they don't want to make another mistake which they made previously, and I already mentioned about it. They don't want to disclose more new models for upcoming quarters and years, because it suppressed the current demand. And that is why they are about to announce their plans to its sub-brand that is not a direct competitor for their current vehicles. And with these plans and with the lower price of these vehicles in general, and NIO is positioning itself as a quite high-level vehicle that has, for example, BMW, Audi and Mercedes-Benz as their European competitors. But their sub-brand will compete with, for example, Volkswagen or even French vehicles. And definitely, this market is much bigger than the top luxury segment in Europe, and that is why they can push their sales much higher with this sub-brand. And let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, in general, I still stand on my position that we might see a bounce to the upside that should break its previous swing highs, because for now it is very difficult to count waves inside this last wave. But in general, if we switch, let me show you quite interesting pattern on a weekly time frame. Let me turn off all the tools. And right here, as you can see, this asset is moving south for quite a long period of time. And right now we have this type of curvature. On top of that, I've told you multiple times that we have completed or almost completed the entire ABC correction, because we have A from the top to this bottom. This is the B wave, and we are forming the C wave. And C wave should have 5 waves in it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are about to see the very end of this movement. On top of that, let me show you the last candle that we just closed. And this candle is very bullish despite its color. And it is a hammer candle, and usually it shows the trend reversal, potential trend reversal. This means on a weekly time frame, we have to see this bounce to the upside. That should break at least its previous swing high, and this swing high is at $10.76 mark. And from our current range, we might have up to 41% of potential profit in a matter of next several months. Definitely we should wait for the news that will be the real drivers of this company, and in my opinion we will see it in upcoming weeks. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star.